This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised. Ruthless, brazen violence. That is how the 18th Street Gang established their foothold in Los Angeles. With up to 20,000 members, the predominantly Latino 18th
down a rival side, load the duck, pocket back, cause it's going down tonight. We saw the anger of a gang banger. Don't ever try to fuck with us, cause I'm in danger. I'm a gangster. Don't ever try to cross into my zone. Hear a pop, see the bullets passing by your dome. Then you drop, cause you just got caught up all alone. You a lop, don't ever try to fuck with us, yo. I'm from the law on your cheek, it's around with the east side.
18th Street is the group to join in Los Angeles County. It's the one with the boldest reputation.
It's going down. It's going down. It's going down.
Consider it more like a federation as opposed to a hierarchy, structure.
Things to girls, and they like it.
Squad leader in the military, even though everybody's part.
And I hear all these gunshots.
For 18th Street, you have an immediate street credibility.
Crowd around him. And I would say, let me through, let me through.
To join in Los Angeles County.
And they're bleeding. I was saying, Marcus. And I got mad. I was hurt.
Has a violent history. When Oklahoma City was the frontier, shootouts were known to happen on Main Street. Today, those shootings happen. September 4th, 1994. West of downtown, in the Westlake neighborhood, two assassins wait in ambush for their target. Armed with AK-47s, they sink into the shadows under the cloak of nightfall. Legitimate businessmen in return for protection. Frank Puppet Martinez. Puppet also belonged to the Mexican Mafia, or La M, the most powerful prison gang in California.
What they call doing work, and that meant whatever needed to be done in the neighborhood, they would go.
The group to join in Los Angeles County. It's the one with the boldest reputation, the one that's the most notorious, if you will.
For 18th Street, you have an immediate street credibility.
Consider it more like a federation as opposed to a hierarchy.
Jobs, and they ain't home to show discipline to the kids. They end up like us, gangbanging, ruthless. Taking niggas out, drug dealing, do what we gotta do to survive. That's how it goes.
Like any other major street gang for its sheer size and lack of central leadership. In fact, 18th Street is made up of a loose...
Look at the motherfucking left-hand side. Hey, you see the hill. That's where we located.
I'm gonna put it to you like this, dog. You know how Budweiser is king of beers? We're king of motherfucking gangsters, motherfucker.
King of hills. King of hills.
King of gangsters.
King of hills.
On the south side.
Just because we're in Oklahoma don't mean we don't play real. We bang just as hard as anybody else, and we've been banging just as long as anybody else.
The gang members are responsible for a large portion of our violent crimes, including robberies, homicides, assaults, and those types of crimes.
Oklahoma City is home to almost 4,000 gang members.
The population of gang members is spread out from just the bad neighborhoods.
These crews go by names like the Hoover Locos, Shadow Park Locos, and the Columbia Lowell Psychos.
The 18th Street gang members identify themselves by the neighborhoods they were in. So they took the street name they were from or the city they were from, and they were that clique.
Each group operates independently of the other, and each is led by a callers represent the driving forces of the 18th Street Gang. Yet they typically don't communicate with each other.
It's sort of like a squad leader in the military. Even though everybody's part of the Army, there's 50 million different squads, and the squads don't know what they're doing sometimes, but they all have their own little program they run. And cliques that have been heavily involved in the dope industry. There's some cliques of 18th Street that solely collect taxes on people who operate in their area. They've cut the criminal pie up, and they rely on each other.
This divide and conquer mentality has allowed the gang to grow and spread. And numbers are exactly what Juan Termite Romero had in mind as he waited in ambush for his target in Westlake. Around midnight, cars pulled to the south, some to climb their way to the top at any cost. Wildfire, expanding beyond LA and into other cities across America, recruiting legions of newcomers.
Be the biggest. That's all they are. Some of them is like, the more soldiers, they can control everything. Because the bigger they are, that's all it is numbers. Numbers.
Exactly what Juan Termite Romero had in mind as he waited in ambush for his target in Westlake. 600 strong, they are the city's largest gang, with a reputation for insanity.
The Southside locals are so unpredictable at times, and they just don't care. And that's what makes them a big threat to our community.
Barber, aka Caveman, has been banging with the locos for more than 20 years.
I was in the game